So guys, welcome back to my video. Lately I've been feeling really overwhelmed, very sluggish. I don't know, it's between working my 9 to 5. When the year begins, everything is so much. You have so much things to accomplish, things to work on. Between that and diving into content creation, it has been quite overwhelming for me. So I had to step back and do a bit of scaling, a bit of recharging, a bit of trying to gather myself. So here are some of the tips I'm going to share on how I've done my soul cleanse in order to just be at par and be on the right sane and to be sane enough to just run things through life and balance everything between work, content creation, personal life, social life. Okay, let me stop rambling and just get to it. Okay. So first things off, you can limit your phone use, especially if you struggle with anxiety. Limit your phone. I personally don't like to feel angst, so I'll take my time. Of course, I'll communicate to my people, my family, close friends, that I'm taking some time off, and they do understand because after all, I'm introverted like hell. So I will limit my phone use and use that time mostly just to go back to myself and focus on me. This is the time I'll use to read my books, journal, go for walks, take my time, personal time with God, and just spend more time in His presence. Read my Bible, listening to sermons until I feel like being in the presence of God gets me really solid. Um, it's quite calming. It makes me light, just detaching from the world, because this our phones is what brings the world to us right now. Our phone is not just a communication device, it's like an eye to the world and everything, with all the news, things happening, the things you have to do. And I know it is so hard, especially right now that work has come to our phones. We use our phones to make money. We use our phones to run our businesses. Yes, you can just limit that to maybe 2 or 3 hours. You do your work and no social media. You freeze those apps, reply to a few emails here and there, and that's it. Then spend the rest of your day, actually go outside, take a walk, talk to people. If you are a pet person, go for dog walks or something of that sort. Just limit your phone use during this time, and slowly by slowly you start feeling like your mentor is coming back, and you start to feel more grounded. So next point is having boundaries with other people, and of course most importantly with yourself. This is the time you have to limit that alcohol, especially when you're going through something. Alcohol just makes things worse. Put it down. Have a constant bedtime routine. Have boundary with your time, especially your morning routine and your night routine. But for me, I take my bedtime seriously. Have a consistent bedtime, especially if you're struggling with the anxiety and that depression. Having a consistent bedtime routine will, like stabilize until you feel you're on ground. When you are going through something, it is easy to go for therapy, shopping. Have a strict budget routine. I mean, strict. It feels good in the moment going shopping and all, and then in the long run, it just causes even much more. You end up finding yourself in a deep pit. What's the point of trying to having a soul cleanse, trying to get yourself together? You feel good in the moment, and then in the long run, you have these gaps that you created during this time. When there's this meme that when you check your balance after treating myself spree, limit yourself when it comes to that. Have a strict budget. Yes, go have something nice, buy something nice for yourself that makes you feel good, that uplifts you, but also maintain a strict budget so that you don't go overboard and cause even more harm. Of course, eat healthy foods at this time, but most importantly, have a bedtime routine, limit alcohol, and do exercise. And when you do it consistently, when you honor your word, you start to feel better. You start to have more courage. Your self-esteem goes up. So which leads me to my next point. So, next point, create habits that bring positive vibes. For example, you can start doing uh, flower arrangements. Go to the market, get some nice flowers, just spend time decorating your house with nice roses. You can put some scented candles all over the house just to bring that positive vibe to uplift your mood. When you look at that corner and there is a nice flower vase looking nice, and there's scented candles, there is a nice romance movie playing in the background, some jazz in the background, it kind of uplifts your mood. You can even elevate your laundry, use some nice fabric softener when you're doing your laundry, so that just the air, you just feel girly and soft, and with no time, that feeling of being down, that heaviness kind of lifts and you start feeling nice. Spray some perfume. It doesn't mean that you have to go somewhere. Just get up, brush your teeth, spray some perfume, and just start your day. Have nice flowers. Watch romance movies, some chick flicks. For me, Bridgerton kind of just gets me in that mood. You feel feminine, you feel soft, you feel good. That romance feeling, ladies, you get it, okay? Read romance novels. Personally, I like to read self-help books because I want to get value. But when I'm down like that, I will use romance novels, as entertainment and just something nice, just to get me into that fantasy world, where things are not so serious, so I can be light, until I get into that headspace, where I feel like, okay, I'm good. So my next point. So rest. Rest is very important, not only just physical rest, but also mental rest and your soul rest, Take naps, go to bed early, get massages to help your body calm down, For me, taking naps during the day and just going to bed early kind of just resets my mental, and I just get to feel light in my body. Also, working out consistently kind of tires your body. And for you to get a nice body, it is science researched, science backed that for you to achieve that good body, your body also needs some rest. So create time. It is not bad to rest. As a firstborn daughter, I've had to struggle with something called rest because it was so foreign to me. For where I come from, rest feels like laziness. So I'm always, my self-esteem came from being productive every time, every moment. And when I'm down, I'm trying to rest, I feel guilty because I'm like, I should be doing something, I should be productive. But all in all, create time for rest. Don't feel guilty. Put your phone on D&D. Stop scrolling. Go to bed early. No phones before bed and no phones after you wake up. Give yourself an hour in the morning and an hour in the evening just to wind down. Make time for massages. They really help. They feel really nice. Like it helps your body feel like, just do activities that get you to the rest, but don't push your physical too much and don't exhaust your mental so much. Just be light and just don't feel guilty resting, okay? So I think to my fifth point, nourish your body by eating healthy foods. A lot of soups, a lot of smoothies, fresh fruits. I love to make a nice bowl of salad, a nice bowl of fresh fruit. It makes me feel like clean, healthy from the inside out. During this time, limit junk in as much as when you feel tired and depressed, you're tempted to want to just junk it out and just feel good. But it feels good in the moment, but junk kind of distorts your gut, and your gut is your second brain. And it once you mess that up, you start experiencing hormonal imbalance, mood swings, and it just doesn't help at this point. What's the point of trying to feel good, trying to be light and still messing up with the sciences of your body just to feel good in the moment, For me personally, I do the 80-20 rule and sometimes even 90-10. I eat clean, like completely clean, 80% of the time, and then 20% I can eat junk. That is when maybe I'm going out or I'm out, I can get fries, a chocolate bar here and there. But in my house, I just eat clean. Like I cook my own food. I rarely take out, I started this just to take care of my skin, and my God, it has been the best decision I've made. So eat clean so that you feel good from the inside out, Some of these things, the depression is just chemical imbalances from all this processed food that we're taking. And, a lot of things nowadays are just from toxic ways, the toxic chemicals they used to spray on these foods, and all this canned stuff. It's not good for you, especially as a woman with a cycle. Trust me, when you eat clean, you start to see it. Your sweat kind of just, you don't have those bad odors. You just have better sleep. The brain fog clears. Trust me, just try the 80-20 rule and eat clean. A lot of fresh fruit, a lot of soup. I love potato soup. If I have to take beef, I rarely eat meat like that. But if have to take beef, I'll make sure I boil it down with a bit of chili, and it just makes my body warm, and it's so nutritious. And guys, just trust me. Try to eat clean at this time, and you'll see the difference. Okay. So my next point, which is create an energy flow back to you. First, you'll have to detox whatever is causing you to have that mental shift, disconnect from that. Whether it's watching chaotic drama before TV, again, have your strict bedtime. Watch things that make you feel light. Do self-care, recharge by eating clean, taking walks, actually get outside, get some sunlight. Right now it's like a few minutes to 5 a.m. before I leave for work, but the sun will be out soon. Get the sun, especially that morning sun. It will help you with your sleep. It takes about 6 to 8 hours to break down vitamin D, and that actually helps with your sleep. It improves the quality of your sleep. And when you improve the quality of your sleep, you give your body time, to your liver, to detox the bad things that are happening down there. So detox whatever is making you have those weird energy shifts. If it's the people you follow on social media, again, we are putting our phone down. Okay. If it shows that you're taking, if it's people who are, cut them out during this time. Okay. Replace those habits with exercise, eating clean, taking walks in the sun, early morning sun, of course. And then some of the time you feel like your energy is blocked, but honestly it's something you haven't done. Maybe it's your laundry that has been in that corner for like weeks on end. You have not scrubbed down your bathroom. Take this time to declutter, to purge, and just get things in order. And trust me, you'll just feel light. Trust me. And that energy flow will start to flow back. You start to find yourself again wanting to live, wanting to do life again, having interest and that zest of life, instead of feeling heavy all the time. And then I think to my last point, what I was trying to say, just slowly, when you have done all these tips and you're starting to feel okay, you're starting to feel light, like, okay, you are now you're coming back to yourself, you're more grounded, you're more solid, you can slowly start to integrate your life back. You can bring your phone back, but now you have boundaries with it. You do your work, you talk to one or two people. I mostly, when I'm going through something, I find it so hard to talk to people. Replying the messages is just too overwhelming for me. So I'll use this time to slowly take like 2 hours, reply to emails, talk to my people, find out how they're doing, slowly just integrate your life back, and then just be graceful to yourself. Like, we are not superhumans. We are not powerful 24/7. Like, we don't get it together. So don't beat yourself for being down or feeling heavy or taking time out. I'm looking because I don't want to be late. Don't want to be late for work. I think it's 5 a.m. I have to leave in like 20 minutes. So that aside, take time, be gentle with yourself, have grace for yourself. It's not all the time you'll be on top. It's not all the time you feel great. Don't beat yourself for taking time off or, having to reschedule things. So this is the time, after slowing down and getting yourself together, you can slowly starting to implement things, Talking to people, for me, I don't know. I struggle with communicating, especially when I'm depressed. I really struggle with that. I just shut down. So coming back, it will always take me some effort. Like sitting back here, I'd already taken some time off this shooting and all of that, just to recalibrate my time, between work and everything. But when you have that energy flowing back, now you can use it slowly, but with intention. and some purpose to it. Don't just throw yourself back into the rat race, back into doom scrolling. No, don't ruin your bedtime. Don't start eating badly. No, you maintain those boundaries with yourself, but you slowly don't just throw yourself away from life. Okay, you slowly and gracefully get back to your life. So I think that's all I have for today. I'll see you in the next video. So bye.